Well, it's time for one IMSA round in 2025. This weekend we will have the battle on the bricks at the iconic Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We will have 53 cars featured for this race, with all the 4 classes and teams returning, because this is an endurance round. In this video, I will be introducing all the drivers and teams which will be competing in this race. How about discovering all of them? But first of all, we will know all the changes for the Indianapolis round. This will be an endurance round, which means all the LMP2 and GTD teams will have 3 drivers for each car. Some GTP and GTD Pro cars will have 3 drivers, but most of them will have only 2. Proton Competition in GTP and Iron Dames in GTD will be missing the Indianapolis round. Proton will miss in consequence of the damages suffered in a crash at Watkins Glen, and the chassis couldn't be repaired on time. And about Iron Dames, there's a rumor that the team is suffering with financial issues, which also makes Iron Lynx being in a risk of axing its motorsport program. Lamborghini SC63 is returning to GTP class because this is an endurance entry. There will be some changes in certain drivers' lineups. Let's begin with the GTD class. Indianapolis will feature 18 cars, among the 9 different brands. In the Aston Martin, we will see Van der Steur returning for being an endurance entry and joins Heart of Racing using the number 27. With that we will have 2 cars in the GTD. In the number 19 Van der Steur Racing, we will have the same lineup we saw at Racing Spirit of Le Mans at the 6 Hours of Sao Paulo in WEC, with Anthony McIntosh, Eduardo Barrichello and Valentin Hausiclot. Barrichello will be replacing Rory Van der Steur due to a bike accident. And at the team led by Ian James, Zachary Robichon is back and joins Casper Stevenson and Tom Gamble. At GTD, BMW will also have a single car at Indianapolis. And this one is operated by Turner Motorsport number 96. In this car, we will have Jake Walker returning, joining Patrick Gallagher and Robbie Foley. Meanwhile, Corvette will have 2 cars featured at Indianapolis in the GTD class. The first car is the number 13 AWA. Lars Kern is returning as a 3rd driver and joins full-season drivers Ori Fidani and Matt Bell. In the second car, we will have the number 36 DXDT Racing. For being an endurance round, Charlie Eastwood and Solly Yalek return and join Alec Udell. The Prancing Horse will have 6 cars confirmed for the Indianapolis round. The first car is the number 021 Triarci Competition. However, no drivers were announced at the moment. At the sister car, the number 023 Triarci Competition, at least we have a trio confirmed with Onofrio Triarci, Kenton Koch and James Collado, who will be replacing Alessio Rovera due to his commitments at GT World Challenge in Valencia. AF Course is returning because this is an endurance race. In the number 21, we will see Alessandro Pierre Guidi, Lilo Wadu and Simon Mann. In its sister car number 47, but under the Settler Racing name, Antonio Fuoco, Lorenzo Patres and Nicola Lacorti will be the drivers. At Conquest Racing number 34, Ben Tuck is back and joins Manny Franco and Daniel Serra as the drivers. And the last Ferrari team in the GTD is the number 70 Inception Racing. Ollie Milroy is back and joins Brendan Iribe and Frederick Schandorf behind the wheel. At Indianapolis, we're gonna have a single Mustang in the GTD. And this will be operated by Gradient Racing with the number 66. For being an endurance round, the lineup is different from sprint races. Joey Hand and Till Bechtelsheimer are back, but who's joining is Mason Philippi, who comes from Michelin Pilot Challenge in TCR class, and will be replacing Toddy Calderon. In Indianapolis, we will see 2 Lambo cars competing in the GTD. The first one is the 45 Wayne Taylor Racing. Graham Doyle is back as a 3rd driver and joins Danny Formal and Trent Hindman. And the second one is the number 78 Forte Racing. At the moment only Misha Goikhberg and Mario Farnbacher are confirmed, with the 3rd driver still to be announced. Lexus in the GTD class will be exclusively represented by Vassar Sullivan at Indianapolis with a single car. In the number 12, Frankie Montecalvo is back and joins the full-season drivers Parker Thompson and Jack Hawksworth. In the next round at Indianapolis, we will see 2 Mercedes cars with Lone Star Racing returning for being an endurance entry. The first one is the number 57 Windward Racing. Indy Donch returns as the 3rd driver, joining Russell Ward and Philip Ellis. And at the Lone Star Racing number 80, the drivers are Dan Knox, Scott Andrews and Wyatt Brikacek. And finally Porsche, and will have only a single car at Indianapolis, operated by Wright Motorsports, because unfortunately Iron Dames will be missing. In the number 120 Wright Motorsports, Tom Sargent is back and joins Adam Adelson and Elliott Skier. 11 cars are confirmed at Indianapolis in the GTD Pro class. And compared to last rounds, there will be a single change in the entries. BMW is going to have 2 cars at Indianapolis, with both being operated by Paul Miller Racing. In the car number 1, we will see a trio with Connor De Philippi, Madison Snow, and Neil Verhagen. However, at the sister car number 48, we will have only 2 drivers, with Dan Harper and Max Hesse behind the wheel. Corvette will also have 2 cars in the GTD Pro class in Indianapolis, by Pratt Miller Motorsports. Both cars will have only 2 drivers lineup. At the number 3, the drivers are Antonio Garcia and Alex Sims. While in its sister car number 4, Nicky Katzberg and Tommy Milner are the drivers. The Maranello brand, unlike BMW and Corvette, will have a single car at Indy, being operated by Dragon Speed using the number 81. Davide Rigan is returning to the crew, but he will be replacing Giacomo Alto Ed. Rigan joins Albert Costa in the 81. The Blue Oval Company will have 2 Mustang cars operated by Multimatic Motorsports at Indianapolis, also using 2 drivers lineup in both cars. In the first car, in the number 64, Mike Rockenfeller and Sebastian Priol will be behind the wheel. Meanwhile, at the sister car number 65, Chris Mies and Fred Vervish are the drivers. Like Ferrari, Lumbo will also have a single car operated by FAF Motorsports. In the Plaid Huracan, we will watch Andrea Caldarelli and Marco Mappelli driving for the Canadian team. Who also will have a single car is Lexus, being operated by Vassar Sullivan. At number 14, we will see the duo Aaron Tellitz and Ben Barnicoat. At Indianapolis, we will see Mercedes returning to the GTD Pro class thanks to 75 Express, which will be preparing for the 8 Hours of Indianapolis in October. In this team, we will see the Australian Supercars star driver Brock Feeney, alongside Kenny Habul and AMG factory driver Michael Grenier. And finally, the Porsche AO Racing will be the exclusive team in the GTD Pro. In the Rexy car, we will see Klaus Bachler and Lauren Heinrich. LMP2 will be returning to Indianapolis for the next IMSA round, after being absent at Virginia. There will be 12 cars confirmed this weekend. Beginning with United Autosports number 2. Nick Boole and Juan Manuel Correa are back and both join Ben Hanley. In addition to the sister car number 22, Paul Di Resta and Dan Goldberg will count with the returning of Rasmus Lind. At the number 04 CrowdStrike Racing by APR, Toby Sowery is back as the 3rd driver, joining the duo Matthew Cobson and George Kurtz. At the number 8 Tower Motorsports, who's returning as a 3rd driver is Sebastian Alvarez. He joins again John Ferrano and Sebastian Bourdais. In the number 11 TDS Racing, Hunter McElrea is back, joining Stephen Thomas and Mikkel Jensen. In the number 18 Era Motorsport, Toby Lutke is the only remaining driver from Road America. David Heinemeier Hansen is back as the 3rd driver, and the team will have a different pro driver, who is the veteran Oliver Jarvis. In the number 43 Inter-Europol competition, Tom Dillman is back to the crew after missing Road America for being injured. Bijoy Garg is also returning as a 3rd driver. Both join Jeremy Clark. At the number 52 PR1 Mathiasen, we will see Logan Sargent making his debut at IMSA in Indianapolis. The former Williams F1 driver will be joining Naveen Rao and Benjamin Peterson. In the number 73 Pratt Miller Motorsports, James Rowe is back to the team as a 3rd driver, joining Chris Cumming and Pietro Fittipaldi. In the number 74 Riley, who is returning as a 3rd driver, is Josh Burton, joining Gar Robinson and Felipe Fraga. At AF course number 88, the Ferrari hypercar driver Nicholas Nielsen is back. The Dane driver joins again Luis and Matthias Perez Kumpank. And finally, the AO Racing number 99 Spike. Johnny Edgar is back, joining PJ Hyatt and Dane Cameron. And finally, the GTP, which is returning after not competing in Virginia. We will have 12 cars confirmed with the return of Lamborghini. In Acura, there will be 2 cars competing at Indy, being operated by Meyer Shank Racing. In the 60 crew, Colin Braun and Tom Blomqvist will be behind the wheel. Meanwhile, in the sister car number 93, there will be 3 drivers. That's because Kaku Oda is back and joins Ringer van der Zonde and Nick Yellowly. Aston Martin will be making its debut with the Valkyrie at Indianapolis in the number 23 by Heart of Racing and expects to keep progressing. In the Valkyrie, the drivers will be Ross Gunn and Roman De Angelis. BMW in the GTP class will be operated by RLL with 2 cars in the Indianapolis round. In the car number 24, Dries Vanthoor and Philipping are the drivers confirmed. And in its sister car number 25, the drivers are Marco Wittmann and Sheldon van der Linde. Cadillac will have 3 cars competing at Indianapolis and will be operated by Wayne Taylor Racing and Action Express. In the 31 operated by Action Express Racing, we will have a single change because Frederick Vesti is back and joins Earl Bamber and Jack Aitken. Meanwhile, Wayne Taylor Racing will only use 2 drivers in both cars. In the number 10, Felipe Albuquerque and Ricky Taylor will be the drivers. And in its sister car number 40, Jordan Taylor and Louis Delatraz are confirmed as the drivers. Lamborghini is returning to GTP class at Indianapolis this weekend for its second last round before its pause. At the single car confirmed, the number 63, the drivers will be Eduardo Mortera and Romain Grosjean. And finally the Porsche, which will have only 3 cars confirmed at Indianapolis, with Penske being a factory effort and JDC Miller being the customer team. And unfortunately Proton Competition will be missing the race. Beginning with the Porsche Penske, the factory team. In the car number 6, Matt Campbell and Mathieu Jaminet are the drivers. And in the sister car number 7, Felipe Nasser and Nick Tandy are the drivers. And in the car number 85 JDC Miller, which is a customer car, Nico Muller is back and will be replacing Gian Maria Bruni. The Swiss driver joins Thymen van der Helm. So guys, these are all the cars and teams which will be competing at Indianapolis next week, which will be the 10th round in IMSA in 2025. In the next few days we will have one more video talking about the IMSA race at Indianapolis. And if you want to watch more videos about IMSA and WEC, consider subscribing to the channel to not lose them. We see you in the next videos.